Hi, I'm Erica Gasper. This is a lesson plan that is part of an activity for a high school level English language arts class. The website that I found this on was an educational site called ReadWriteThink.org, and the activity that I chose on there is called Cube Creator. There's a couple different styles, as you'll see as we move forward, but I went with BioCube. So, ReadWriteThink.org. Here is a look at that site. And this is actually the activity that I went with. But that site's mission is to provide educators, parents, after-school professionals, basically any teaching-oriented person with access to high-quality reading and language arts instruction materials, and they are free. You don't have to sign up for an account. You can just browse by age level, by the topic that you're interested in. It's actually a pretty customizable site. I like what I see so far. Oh, and it's also nice that every lesson plan and every activity on that site has been aligned with IRA and NCTE standards for English language arts. And you can also make sure it's aligned to your state standards. They had a drop-down menu and you can pick your state, and also the Common Core state standards, if those do apply to that lesson. So this site is actually put together through literacy experts and educators, the International Literacy Association, National Council for Teachers of English, and the Verizon Foundation. So a lot of thought going into this site. So back to the cube types. There are 3 set ones that you can choose, or you can do a custom one. So you can do a bio cube, a mystery cube, a story cube, or create your own. Now for this class's activity and purpose, we're going to be doing the bio cube, and they would start with downloading a planning sheet to kind of help them focus on how you're going to fill out the sides of this cube and flesh out your telling of the life story of this person. So these would be notes that we would take before creating the cube. You need to know the person's name that you're researching, what time period they lived in, and if you can narrow it down, the place that they lived in. Also, any important personal background pieces, personality traits, the significance of this person overall, obstacles that they had to overcome during their lifetime, and an important quote that's associated with this person. And this is what happens when you have too many tabs open. Okay, so after you fill out your planning sheet, the next phase is you'll open up your cube creator by going to this link, and I am just going to go ahead and do this live as a tutorial so you can follow along. So I am going to open that up. Here we go. So you start by entering your name, and I'm doing a bio cube. I've already filled out my planning sheet. We're just going to click on here. All right, so to get our 6 sides of the cubes, we'll just follow along and make some brief notes in here. I chose Maya Angelou. She was born in 1928 and passed in 2014. Now, she lived in a few different places, most notably Arkansas, California, and New York. Okay, so her personal background is some of her highlights. She had quite a few, so I just picked out a few here. In 1969, she published her very famous I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings memoir. And in 1993, she wrote and recited On the Pulse of the Morning at President Bill Clinton's inauguration. Okay, so for as far as personality traits, it's not hard to see that she is a fierce, loyal civil rights activist. She was also a wife, mother, and friend, and writer, singer, and actor. So why was she important? She was a prolific author and poet that used her creative insights to inspire others to make the world a better place. Okay, so what kind of obstacles? Well, she certainly did have plenty of obstacles. For one thing, she was unable to count on her parents, raised by grandmother, and she was mute for about 5 years, from roughly age 7 to 12 due to trauma. She did live all over the US, and although she was a pretty secretive person, there's an educated guess out there that she was married at least 3 times, probably more, and she was mostly a single mother. Okay, so last but not least, important quote from this figure. Okay, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So next, it's just taking you through, in case you want to make any edits, and finish. So you have your option. You can save a draft, you can email a copy of it to yourself, you can print it, you can save it as a PDF, but in the end, it ends up looking like, oh, yes, so the planning sheet, we did already go through that. These are the required pieces of information for that. And Maya Angelou was the person that I chose to profile. And here is your end product. So all of the 6 sides that we filled out are in here, and you can leave it as is, or if you're more of a visual 3D kind of person, you can certainly cut it out and fold, tape, glue to actually make it a 3D cube. So what my hope would be with this assignment would be to have students in groups and choose from a list of authors, poets, spoken word artists, and this would kind of be like a tying the 2 semesters together. I'm thinking do this activity leading up to like maybe Christmas break, and break the kids up into groups, have them pick out their person that they're going to profile and complete their bio cube. And then when they come back from the break, they can share their bio cubes. They can pick out a certain work from that person and analyze it, do a paper and a poster over it. Yeah, I think that would just about cover this activity. So let's see here. I think that does cover everything that we were looking at. And if you have any questions, please do let me know. Leave a comment or send me an email. And thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.